Hi, I'm Bianca. Today I'm going to tell you my story. But before I continue, please share and subscribe to hear more stories like this. Remember when your mom told you that your sister would be your best friend for life? Yeah, mine said that too. What a joke that turned out to be. It was my senior year of college when I brought Tyler home for Thanksgiving. We'd been dating for almost 2 years, and I was sure he was the one. My sister Vanessa was home from her job in Chicago. I hadn't seen her in months, but I was excited to introduce her to Tyler. Hey V, this is Tyler, I said, watching her eyes light up as she shook his hand. So, you're the famous boyfriend I've heard so much about, she said, flipping her hair over her shoulder. Bianca won't shut up about you. All good things, I hope, Tyler laughed, glancing at me. The absolute best, Vanessa said, holding his gaze a beat too long. Bianca's never brought a guy home before, so you must be special. I think she's the special one, Tyler replied. But I noticed his eyes lingering on my sister's perfectly highlighted hair and designer outfit. I felt that weird twinge in my stomach right away, but I ignored it. That was my first mistake. Dinner was nice, but I noticed how Vanessa kept steering the conversation toward herself. Every time I'd start talking about our plans after graduation, she'd cut in with some story about her amazing life in Chicago. So, Tyler, Bianca mentioned you're looking at grad schools? My mom asked. Yeah, I've applied to a few programs on the East Coast. Bianca and I are. Speaking of the East Coast, Vanessa interrupted, I might be transferring to our New York office. The VP personally requested me for their marketing team. My dad looked impressed. That's wonderful, honey. New York would be an amazing opportunity. I saw Tyler watching her with interest. That was my second mistake, not seeing the signs. What about you, Bianca? Any big plans after graduation? My aunt asked, passing the mashed potatoes. Before I could answer, Vanessa jumped in again. Bianca's always been the cautious one. She'll probably find a nice, safe job somewhere quiet. Actually, I said, trying to keep my voice steady, I've been interviewing with some major marketing firms in Boston. Tyler and I thought, Boston has terrible winters, Vanessa cut in. Nothing like Chicago. Tyler, you should visit sometime. The nightlife is incredible. I'd love to see it, he replied enthusiastically. Later that night, I found them in the kitchen, laughing over wine. What are you guys talking about? I asked, trying to sound casual. Tyler was just telling me about this band he loves, Vanessa said. I can't believe you never mentioned they're playing in Chicago next month. You never said you liked them that much, I said to Tyler, confused. He shrugged. Never came up, I guess. You should come to the show, Vanessa told him. I can get tickets through work? That would be awesome, he said, not even looking at me. Maybe we could both go, I suggested. I have that long weekend coming up. Tyler shifted uncomfortably. Tickets will probably sell out before then. I can only get 2 tickets anyway, Vanessa added quickly. Work perks. I see, I said, feeling suddenly cold. Well, don't let me interrupt your music discussion. Over the next few months, I noticed Tyler texting more. He'd smile at his phone, then quickly put it away when I walked in. Who are you always texting? I finally asked one night. Just some friends from home, he said. Nothing interesting. Is one of those friends my sister? I asked directly. His face flushed. Sometimes, yeah. We're friends now. Is that a problem? It depends on what kind of friends you are, I replied. Don't be ridiculous, Bianca, he snapped. You're being paranoid. But things got weirder. He started having study group meetings that ran late. His weekend trips to see his parents increased. I confronted him after he canceled our anniversary dinner. What's going on, Tyler? You've been acting strange for weeks. He couldn't even look me in the eye. I think we need to talk, Bianca. About what? I don't think this is working anymore. I've changed. We've changed. I stared at him. Are you breaking up with me? After 2 years? I'm sorry, he mumbled. I just need some space to figure things out. Is this about Vanessa? I asked, my voice barely a whisper. Not everything is about your sister, he said. but his eyes darted away. I just need to move on. 2 weeks later, my roommate Melissa came into our apartment, looking uncomfortable. Bianca, I need to show you something, she said, handing me her phone. It was Vanessa's Instagram. A picture of her and Tyler at a restaurant in Chicago, his arm around her waist. The caption, "When you know, you just know. #love." I couldn't breathe. I called Vanessa immediately. What the hell, Vanessa? You're dating Tyler? She sighed like I was being dramatic. Look, it just happened. We didn't mean to hurt you. He was my boyfriend for 2 years. Well, he's not anymore. He chose me, Bianca. Maybe if you'd been more exciting, more ambitious. I hung up. I called my mom, sobbing. I'm sure she didn't mean to hurt you, honey, my mom said. You know how impulsive Vanessa can be. That's when I realized nobody was going to take my side. Vanessa had always been the favorite, the successful one, the pretty one. I threw my phone across the room and collapsed on the couch. Melissa sat down beside me. Your sister is a snake, she said flatly, and Tyler isn't worth your tears. They deserve each other, I sobbed. How could she do this? She's my sister. Some people only care about themselves, Bianca. Your sister obviously doesn't care who she hurts as long as she gets what she wants. I've always been in her shadow, I admitted. Even our parents think she's the successful one. Melissa grabbed my shoulders. Listen to me. This is not about you not being enough. This is about them being terrible people. Got it? I nodded slowly. Promise me something, Melissa continued. Promise me you won't let this break you. I deleted all social media and focused on finishing my degree. Melissa was my rock through it all. You deserve better than both of them, she told me one night over ice cream. And someday, they'll get exactly what they deserve. I didn't know then how right she would be. I moved to Seattle after graduation for a marketing job. The distance from my family was exactly what I needed. I made new friends, built my career, and eventually met Daniel at a work conference. Daniel was everything Tyler wasn't, honest, thoughtful, and completely devoted to me. When he proposed after a 1.5 years, I said yes without hesitation. We'd been married about 3 years when I got the call from my mom. Vanessa and Tyler are having their 5-year anniversary party next month, she said. They want the whole family there. I'm not going, I said immediately. Bianca, it's been years. Can't you let it go? Your sister misses you. My sister stole my boyfriend and has never apologized. Mom sighed. Well, Daniel is invited too. Think about it. I told Daniel the whole story that night. We were sitting on our balcony, watching the sunset. So that's why I never see your sister, he said, taking my hand. I'm sorry she did that to you. It doesn't matter anymore. I got the better end of the deal, I said, kissing him. He smiled. You know what would be interesting? If we went to that party. I stared at him. Why would we do that? To show them you've moved on, that you're happy. Nothing bothers toxic people more than seeing you thrive without them. I thought about it. Maybe you're right, but I don't know if I can face them without losing it. You're stronger than you think, Daniel said. And I'll be right beside you. What if they're actually happy? I asked. What if everything worked out perfectly for them? Daniel gave me a knowing look. People who build relationships on betrayal rarely find lasting happiness, Bianca. Trust me on this. What I didn't tell Daniel was that I had run into Vanessa's college friend Rachel at a business conference a month earlier. Bianca, wow, you look amazing, Rachel had said, hugging me. How have you been? We caught up over coffee, and after her second glass of wine, she got chatty. You know, I always felt terrible about what happened with Vanessa and Tyler, she said. Especially since they were hooking up for months before they officially got together. My blood ran cold. What are you talking about? Rachel looked uncomfortable. Oh, I thought you knew by now. They started seeing each other when he came to Chicago for that concert. 3 months before you broke up. So he was cheating on me? With my sister? Rachel nodded. Vanessa swore me to secrecy, said she was waiting for the right time to tell you. Which never came, I said bitterly. There's more, Rachel said, lowering her voice. Tyler only married Vanessa because of her parents' connections. They got him that fancy job at her dad's friend's law firm. And, she hesitated. And what? He's still the same guy, Bianca. I've heard things from mutual friends. He hasn't changed. Like what? I pressed. Rachel leaned closer. He's been seen with other women, multiple women, and Vanessa suspects something, but she's in denial. She's too proud to admit she made a mistake. I didn't tell Daniel about this conversation, but I agreed to attend the anniversary party. We flew to Chicago the weekend of the party. My stomach was in knots as we pulled up to the restaurant. You okay? Daniel asked, squeezing my hand. Perfect, I smiled. And strangely, I meant it. We walked into the private dining room. My parents rushed over to greet us, followed by Vanessa. She looked the same, perfectly polished designer dress, smug smile. Bianca, you came! She hugged me stiffly. And this must be... David? Daniel, I corrected. My husband. Tyler approached, champagne in hand. The prodigal sister returns. Great to see you, Bianca. Wish I could say the same, I replied with a sweet smile. Vanessa laughed nervously. Let's all have a drink. 5 years of marriage is worth celebrating, right? Absolutely, I agreed. Marriage is all about trust and honesty, isn't it? Tyler's smile faltered slightly. Throughout dinner, I was the perfect sister. Cordial, engaged, asking all the right questions about their perfect life. Vanessa couldn't stop bragging. We just bought a vacation home in Michigan, she said. Tyler made partner last year, and my business is thriving. That's amazing, Daniel said. What business is that? I run a lifestyle brand, Vanessa said vaguely. It's very exclusive. I caught my mother's eye across the table. She looked uncomfortable. How about you, Daniel? My father asked. Bianca mentioned you work in technology? Actually, I recently started my own security consulting firm, Daniel said. Tyler perked up. Security? Like home security systems? Daniel smiled. More like corporate security. Background checks, fraud investigation, that sort of thing. I watched Tyler's face carefully as he processed this. His smile became fixed. That must be fascinating work, my mother said quickly. Do you enjoy it? I love it, Daniel replied. It's amazing what people try to hide, and how bad they are at hiding it. Tyler cleared his throat. More wine, anyone? So, Vanessa, I said sweetly, how did you celebrate your anniversary last month? The actual day, I mean. Vanessa's smile tightened. Oh, Tyler was actually away on business. We postponed our celebration. I looked at Tyler. Business on your anniversary? That's dedication. The client needed me, he said tersely. Couldn't be helped. Daniel nodded sympathetically. It's always the urgent client meetings that come up at the worst times, isn't it? Where was this one? New York? Tyler hesitated. Boston, actually. The waiter brought out the anniversary cake, and everyone sang. As Vanessa was about to cut it, the restaurant doors opened. A striking woman in a red dress walked in, scanning the room. When she spotted Tyler, she marched toward our table. There you are, she said coldly. The entire room went silent. Tyler stood up, his face pale. Jennifer, what are you doing here? He hissed. The woman, Jennifer, laughed bitterly. Did you think I wouldn't find out about your anniversary dinner with your wife? Vanessa stood up slowly. Tyler, who is this? Jennifer turned to Vanessa. I'm the woman your husband has been seeing for the past 2 years. The woman he told he was divorced. That's when Daniel stood up. Tyler turned to him and froze. Hello, Tyler, Daniel said calmly. Or should I say Thomas? That's the name you used with Jennifer, right? I don't know what you're talking about, Tyler stammered. Daniel pulled out his phone. It's interesting what you find when you run a proper background check. Tyler has been living quite the double life, haven't you, Tyler? Jennifer here is just one of 3 women he's been seeing. Vanessa's face drained of color. What is this? I finally spoke up. This is what happens when you build a relationship on lies, Vanessa. It eventually all comes crashing down. You did this, Vanessa accused, pointing at me. You brought her here. I shook my head. I didn't have to. Your husband did all this himself. I just made sure the truth came out. My parents were stunned into silence. Jennifer was crying. Vanessa looked like she might throw up. Tyler tried to salvage the situation. Vanessa, baby, she's lying. They're all lying. Daniel calmly placed a folder on the table. Bank statements, hotel receipts, text messages, it's all there. Vanessa grabbed the folder and started flipping through it. Her hands shook. You've been emptying our joint account, she whispered. For her? Not just for Jennifer, I said. For gambling debts, too. Isn't that right, Tyler? Tyler lunged for the folder. Give me that. My father stood up. That's enough. What is going on here? I looked at my sister, who was now crying silently. Remember when you told me Tyler chose you because you were more exciting, more ambitious? Turns out he just chose whoever was convenient at the moment. You bitch! Vanessa snarled. You planned this. No, I said calmly. I just made sure everyone knew the truth. Like you should have done 5 years ago when you were sleeping with my boyfriend behind my back. Gasps echoed around the table. My mother covered her mouth. Is that true, Vanessa? My father asked. She's twisting everything, Vanessa cried. Tyler and I fell in love. It wasn't planned. Tyler has a type, I continued. Ambitious women with money or connections. First me, then you, then Jennifer. I'm guessing the others fit the pattern too. Tyler grabbed his coat. This is ridiculous. I'm leaving. Daniel blocked his path. The police might want to talk to you first, about those embezzled funds from your law firm. Tyler paled. What are you talking about? When I run background checks, I'm very thorough, Daniel said. Your firm's financial audit should be interesting. The next few hours were chaos. Tyler left in a police car. Vanessa collapsed in tears, alternating between blaming me and begging our parents for support. Jennifer shared her story with anyone who would listen. You ruined everything, Vanessa sobbed as I gathered my purse to leave. Are you happy now? I looked at my sister, really looked at her. Behind the perfect makeup and designer clothes, I saw someone hollow. Someone who had always taken what wasn't hers. No, Vanessa, I said quietly. You ruined everything. 5 years ago, when you decided that what I had was what you wanted, I'm just living my life. My mother approached me as Daniel and I prepared to leave. Did you know? She asked quietly. About all of this? I knew enough, I said. I knew what they did to me. The rest, Tyler did himself. I wish you had told me, she said, about Vanessa and Tyler, back then. Would you have believed me over her? She couldn't answer. Over the next year, Tyler's life imploded. He was convicted of embezzlement and lost his law license. Vanessa filed for divorce and moved back in with our parents, her business having failed months earlier. She tried calling me multiple times. I never answered. Don't you think you should talk to her? My mom asked during one of our rare phone calls. She's sorry, Bianca. Sorry she got caught, I replied. Not sorry for what she did. People can change, my mother insisted. She's really struggling. So was I when she took Tyler. Did she care then? The last I heard, Vanessa was working as a receptionist and living in our parents' basement. Tyler was serving 3 years in a minimum security prison. And me? I'm happy, really happy. Daniel and I just bought our dream house, and I'm starting my own marketing firm. Sometimes the best revenge isn't what you do to others. It's building a life so good they can only watch from the outside. So let me ask you this. If someone who once betrayed you came back asking for forgiveness, would you let them back into your life? Or is trust once broken impossible to repair?